2 minutes, their first attempt last week against Fulham, and again, a little bit stodgy to start with this afternoon against Crystal Palace, who were making life pretty difficult for them until this, Jamie.
Yeah, Palace did quite well first half. Arsenal had a lot of possession, as you said, didn't create much, really, but Eze does brilliantly here, just gets half a yard on Adam Wharton, that extra little bit of pace and power to get there first, and the finish is absolutely sensational.
And is it again Gabriel getting that first contact, which is key?
Yes, and I think that's something we're going to look at in extra time. I think Gabriel's not just rolled just on set pieces, but at both ends for Arsenal. As I said before the game, for me right now, one of, and maybe the most influential player in the Premier League.
So you're saving it here? Saving it for later?
Super Sunday extra time, 7:30, you can tune in for that. But you just wonder, with Liverpool losing for the 4th game in a row, with Manchester City slipping up, losing 3 times in the first 9 games, the first time in 12 years, that this could be a significant weekend for Arsenal?
Yeah, I think it looks that way, but they've got to believe it now. I've said many times on the show, in terms of when you're in front and they've got that lead, they just have to have a little bit of calm. Don't get overexcited. You know, the fans are going to be excited that they're in that position.
You're one of them, aren't you?
Sorry?
Fan?
I'm an impartial pundit.
That's a rehearsed line.
But in all seriousness, when you're leading, it just feels a little bit different. I'd rather chase, but for them now, the focus on what they need to do. The one thing I will say about Arsenal, they can win games in all different type of ways. Yes, set pieces are key for them, but you know, getting over the line is the most important.
Well, Leandro, congratulations on another win. Just how hard have you had to work for that one today?
Very hard, but yeah, we're really pleased with the win. Another clean sheet again, so yeah, we need to keep going.
Yeah, lots to be proud of at both ends of the pitch. How patient did you have to be, particularly in that first half, with the way that Palace were able to keep you out for really half an hour until your first opportunity?
Yeah, indeed. I think lately it has been like that. We just need to keep patient throughout the whole game, because we can score any time. But yeah, they try to adapt to us as well, and that's what we did today. We created some more chances in the second half. We had, it would be nice if we would have put the game to bed, but we battled until the end, and those are sweet as well.
The breakthrough coming from a set piece, again, it feels as if there's a tension in the Emirates now in dead ball situations, certainly in the crowd. Do you feel it as players on the pitch, that expectation?
Yeah, a little bit, but we are excited as well. When we get a set piece, we know we can score, so it's an opportunity for us to get a goal. So we work a lot on it, and yeah, it pays off.
It's another game today where you've managed to get 3 points against opposition, which previously you've dropped points in title seasons. What's the difference? How are you seeing these games out now?
It's hard to put a finger on it, but I think every year you just learn more and more, and this year we're so strong, especially defensively as well. The whole team works really hard, and then on the other hand we put the game to bed, whether it's a set piece or an open play goal, doesn't matter to us. We just want to win games, and it's another win. Does
it feel like you're laying the foundations for something pretty special here this year?
Yeah, let's hope. We want to win every game, and we approach every game the same way, so that's how we need to continue.
All right, congratulations, well done today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When Leandro Trossard says we're confident we can score, might be something of an understatement
we get
at the moment for Arsenal. Absolutely. I mean, you start to then think, you know, as a player and as an attacking player, we don't necessarily need to be as exact and actually create a chance anymore, get an assist, score. We can play for set pieces. The scope of what you can then achieve when you're in possession of the ball just becomes so much bigger, and obviously then, you know, you're getting the big guys off the back. The delivery is always excellent, but you know, put that together with, you know, we just saw the run of the last 7 games, you know, all victories, only 1 goal conceded in that. So you put both of those together, they're strong at both ends of the pitch, and everything's going their way at the moment. Only Nick Voltemada in those 7 games has managed to score a goal against them. It was 2.5 games before they even had a shot against them till the second half there. I mean, they're just so hard to try and break down.
But yeah, they're so stingy, but it's not only their back 5 I talked about before the game of thinking they're the best in the league. Well, I look at Timber again today, and he's got everything. I mean, it's just so powerful. He's quick, he's good on the ball, he tucks round, he's a leader. Saliba comes off injured there today. Looks like they're trying to protect a little injury from him. Mascara comes on, looks like it's a seamless transition. He just comes on, does the job. Calafiori comes off. They make changes and they're able to cope. Declan Rice comes off with a little injury. I think he was carrying an ankle injury from the first half. But if he can't make the next game, there's no dramas anymore because of the squad that they've built. Look, every team wants to, play expansive football, put a load of passes together and open teams up and score from open play. But you can't always do it, especially when teams sit on a low block, like Palace did today. Palace were going nowhere. They were quite happy just to suffer out of possession and try and score on a counter-attack. They're a threat. We know they're a threat because they're a side they're party poopers. Wherever they go, they cause a problem. But Arsenal just don't panic and they just think, we might have to score from different means today. It might not be pretty, but we need maximum points, really. We're at home. And they don't panic. And I think they've got that calmness and belief that eventually they will score. If they don't score from the first header, the first contact on their set pieces, everyone knows from fine detail where they need to be when that ball might drop. And that's exactly what Eze did. I mean, Gabriel makes it good. He can't get the header on target, but he knows he can put it down into an area where they're coming in. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, the pass, without the delivery, it all falls down. But he just knocks it back into that area and Adam Wharton switches off, unfortunately. Guy he drops in, plays them all onside straight away. And he just knocks it down into that area and Eze just steals the march on Adam Wharton and finishes it brilliantly. The technique to keep that down is fantastic.
Yeah, I always feel Arsenal are on the move in those areas as well. Their movement is great, but they're also, they all know their particular jobs. The delivery is excellent. The big guys attack a certain area, then anticipating where the ball might land, where it might go to, and on that occasion, Eze's quickest to it and a brilliant finish.
That was probably Crystal Palace's fans' worst nightmare this morning, that he hadn't scored yet in the Premier League for Arsenal. He was going to do it today against Palace.
Yeah, I mean, he owes a lot to Crystal Palace. They're the club what made him. He's had an opportunity built up at Queen's Park Rangers and he wanted to play in the Premier League. Palace took him. He was very good for them, but they were also good for... he showed the respect when he celebrated there, but he's got to move what he wanted. He was already a hero before he goes to Arsenal because it's... the analogy I use, it was like Tottenham have got a Christmas present on New Year's Eve under the tree, and when they get down in the morning, it's gone. And he's gone to your best friend, like Arsenal. It was horrendous. But for the Arsenal fan, it was amazing news. And he's an incredible player. What a player that kid is, because it doesn't have to settle. Leon touched on it. The boy's played hundreds of games in the Premier League at top level. He knows the transition was easy. Going in and around the quality players what Arsenal have as well. It was just an easy transition for him, but to steal him from Tottenham like they did was just disgusting.
And this goal, as Tim says, wasn't celebrated, and he got a standing ovation from both sets of supporters. What they don't need for Christmas is any more defensive reinforcement, because look at the numbers, Leon. The first in absolutely everything in terms of those defensive foundations. Yeah, and that just doesn't fall into place. That is recruitment, getting the right players, getting depth within that, but also then hours spent on the coaching pitch, hours spent working as a team, understanding exactly how the manager wants you to defend in each and individual situation. So you can see how hard they are working. And when you do that in training, quite often, Tim will tell you, when you're getting put through your paces at training, if the results aren't on the pitch, you start to lose belief and lose sort of, real belief in that the manager's ideas are going to work. But actually, at the moment, everything that they seem to be doing, set pieces, defensive situations, creating opportunities, all seems to be working. And then you can really buy into what the manager's asking you every time he asks you to do something different.
Absolutely right. I mean, to highlight that, 11 goals they've scored from set pieces. If they haven't scored 11 goals, the players are turning, they're asking questions why they're doing 3 hours a week on set plays. They're not asking any questions now because they know if they're not flying, if they're not scoring from open play, there's always the strength of them as well. But the delivery is absolutely spot on. But it's diligent on the work, on the TV screen, the analysis and on the field. Mikel's got it all going for him at the moment.
Didn't they, against Crystal Palace?
They took a while to get going. I thought Crystal Palace started positively and were asking more of the questions, but you always know with Arsenal that they do have patience. Glenn mentioned it in commentary. They've got patience, they'll relax, they'll know that they've got quality throughout the game. Somebody will pop up with a moment, and no surprise it was Eze.
Yeah, and no surprise to him, it came originally from a set play again for the Gunners.
It did, yeah. I mean, Palace tried to hold the line, but Mark Gay drops too deep, plays everyone on side, and you have to take care of the second ball. He's sharp onto it, he anticipates where it's going to fall, and it's a good finish. But you look at Mark Gay here, just drops early, plays everyone on side. Then Wharton has to stay there with Eze, doesn't he, Leon? And it's he has to be more diligent there. It's okay, trying to protect and when you want to play with the ball, but sometimes you have to do the hard yards, and he's paid the price there.
He just got caught ball watching just for a moment, and at this level, if you get caught ball watching, the top players will get themselves that half a yard, and that's all Eze needed. Terrific finish. I mean, the leap and the flexibility and the agility to be able to get up there and then keep control of that finish was outstanding.
Yeah, scored at the Emirates in this fixture last season for Palace. Now he's got his first Premier League goal for Arsenal, and that is now 11 set-piece goals already this season for Mikel Arteta's side.
Incredible. Like we say, sometimes they don't care. Sometimes they're happy to suffer without the ball. Sometimes it's not as fluid as they want, but they know they have to defend well, keep the clean sheet, and you'll get a chance at the other end. And if it comes from set pieces, like you say, 11 goals from set pieces, incredible turnaround.
And now when they get their nose in front, as we mentioned, they've only conceded 3 all season. That's the challenge for Palace.
Yeah, very difficult 45 minutes for Palace. I will say that they have quality in their team. They've got a guy who scored a hat-trick last week, Mateta. They've got goals within the team, but, Arsenal defend so well, and they defend, as Tim was saying, as a team. They don't mind defending as a team. Everybody contributes to that clean sheet, to that good goals against record. So, you'd be very surprised if Arsenal don't keep a clean sheet.